takes to step out to what we're going to do next year is the faith that it was when we had our first meeting in Austin, and it's just like, God, we're just going to believe you. A whole bunch of us, we're not believing God because we want the end result of, man, God, if you would just do this with my life and my destiny and my purpose, then I'll trust you. But faith is not predicated on understanding and 5-year plans. Faith is predicated on trust. So the enemy's after your trust. That's why Louis started last night about the enemy can make you undermine, or if he can undermine your trust in God, your love of God as a father, then you're going to try to control your life yourself. Where does it fit in based on what's happening in the economy, based on what's happening politically, what's happening socially? What's the best career path for me? Our calling from God is not a career path, it's a calling. It's a journey where we follow him. Most of what you will do that will be mighty exploits, those that know that God shall do great exploits, you don't even know what those exploits are yet. But if you're not following God, you're not going to get there. But to follow God, you've got to trust him. You won't follow a Jesus you don't trust. You will not serve a Jesus you don't trust. You will not sacrifice a Jesus you don't for a Jesus you don't trust. You will not obey a Jesus you will not trust. So the enemy's after your trust. Because faith is predicated on trust. You heard Chad this morning. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart and do what? Lean not on your own understanding. There is this element in our lives that is never going to make sense if we're going to trust God and do what he's called us to do. It's not going to make sense. It's not going to fit into a nice, comfortable little box and this is your way forward. You're going to have to trust. Trust that your God is good, that your God does good, that he will work all things together for your good and for his glory. But that's the faith that amazes God. It's a trust journey. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for trusting God. You know,